Welcome, everyone, to the Better Love Movement podcast, where you will finally learn how to intentionally do dating and relationships right. My name is Anita Stoudemire, and I'm a licensed professional therapist and your personal love mentor. I've worked with thousands of singles and couples, giving them the skills needed to attract and keep the amazing love they desire. It's my heart's work to help people to get the skills needed to not only become the very best versions of themselves, but to help them grow and evolve emotionally and relationally. You can absolutely have the romantic relationship of your dreams. Come and let me show you how. Hey everybody, it's Anita with Better Love Movement. So I am back again this week with a brief episode. I am going to stay on my theme this week, which is carried over from last week, couples only. So I am talking to all of my ladies who are presently in relationships or in a marriage, and you need tips and tools to help this relationship be the absolute best that it can be. And most importantly, you need tools on how to get your needs met. That's what these next few episodes will be all about, is ladies who are in relationships or are married. So couples only. All right. So ladies, we're in episode number 96. This episode this week is entitled, Ladies, Save the Drama for Your Mama. Okay. So today we're going to talk all about how to really express how we're feeling or what we're thinking to our man without all that drama. Because I'm going to be honest with you all. The screaming, the yelling, the cursing, the throwing things, the shouting, the physical, that's a big no-no. The physical stuff. None of that is really helping us to get what it is we truly want. None of it. The rah-rah, as I like to call it, okay? The upset, all the nonsense, all the foolishness, that's not going to get you what you want. Sometimes I believe that a lot of women are guilty of this because in the moment it feels good, right? And I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be transparent with you all today. I was once labeled your classic sapphire woman. So back in the day, like in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s, that's what women who were sapphires, they were considered hot-tempered, very passionate, very assertive. They were the, throwing bricks through windows and slashing tires, just upset, right? That's your classic sapphire type woman. And if you crossed her, if you did her wrong, oh, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned. That's what the Black community called a sapphire. And so I was that classic sapphire woman when I was young and in my 20s. And I was notorious for this. I was notorious for the screaming, the crying, the yelling, the cursing, the throwing things, the, pushing, shoving, slapping, all of this nonsense. And in the moment, one, I can own the fact that I was not very mature. That was a big part of it. I was incredibly immature as a person, as a woman. And two, it did kind of feel good in the moment. But here's the thing I'm going to tell you all. It never resolved anything. Like nothing changed. Me and whoever I was dating or with at the time, we continued this cycle. It just was a cycle. And there was no resolution. There was no growing up or learning how to manage conflict effectively. It was just, when it was good, it was really, really good. And when it was bad, it was really, really bad. And those type of relationships are exhausting. And I'll be frank with you, they don't last because people get worn out. People get tired of it, Even I got tired of it. I was the one causing all the foolishness and I got tired of it. I was exhausted. I was exhausted much of the time dating or in relationships with these men because of all this foolishness, because of all this rah-rah. So I had to grow up. I had to get mature. And I had to learn how to express my feelings and my emotions in a way that was not filled with drama. Because ladies, the truth is this. A lot of you come to me and you say, well, I tried using the I feel statements, and I tried using the it doesn't feel good when, and I tried, talking about my emotions like you say, and, he didn't respond. He didn't respond the way you said he would, or he doesn't like me, my feelings. He doesn't, he can't accept my feelings or my emotions. And the truth is, he just doesn't like the drama. Right? He doesn't want all the drama that comes along with it. But ladies, what I want you to practice, I want you to practice expressing how you feel without all that drama, without all that emotion. And I'm not asking you to repress anything, because we're going to use words to get it out. We don't need to scream and yell and fight and fuss and, cry all the time. We need to use words. We need to try our best to use words. And you know what? If it is something incredibly painful, yes, you may cry, you may tear, and that's perfectly acceptable. I'm talking about the screaming, yelling, angry, crying, throwing, cursing. Not that. And this is going to require that you grow up. This is going to require that you get mature and that you're able to feel what you're feeling without just losing your mind. That's not going to get you where you want to go. That's not going to solve anything. You're not going to resolve anything that way. You've got to be able to keep a cool head and in a very direct and assertive, calm manner, say what it is you're feeling. That's it. I can express how angry I am in a calm and assertive manner. And with a man, that is actually more effective than when you bring all that screaming and yelling and cursing and crying and drama. When you can say in a calm tone, in a very direct way, I am furious. I am beyond furious that this has happened. I am incredibly frustrated. I'm incredibly confused. I don't understand, right? That is like, he can hear that. He can feel that, because you're not bringing all this extra stuff. It's like as soon as all this extra stuff comes into it, a man will do a few things, and it's usually tune out, shut down, or fight back. And none of those three things is actually going to lead to deeper intimacy. None of those three things is going to lead to a solution. Like, nothing will be solved. And we don't want that. We want him to stay in the moment with us. We want him to hear us and to feel us and to really feel the feelings we're trying to get across to him. We want him to respond. So we always, once we share our feelings, what do you think about that? Right? Because we want him to respond. And some men, and I'm just going to give you the heads up about this, because remember, physically, biologically, men are wired differently. Some men will say they don't know or they need time to process it. And I want you to give them a chance to do that, but come back to them and say, it's really important to me that you give me your response to what I'm sharing. I can be respectful and give you a moment to have time to process what I've just shared, but it's really important that you get back to me, that we talk again, maybe in an hour, maybe in 2 hours, and you can really tell me, what do you think about what I've shared? That's really important to me. But some men will say they don't know in the moment, or they need time to think about what you just shared or to process it. That's not, them trying to get out of it. That's the truth. That's most men. They need time to process. They don't process things as quickly as we do. But there is a way for you to share everything that's going on inside of you. I want you to use words, and I want you to do it in a way that's just very calm and direct and assertive, and not add all this other extra stuff. Because again, that speaks to your level of maturity. Yes, you're going to be upset. Yes, you're going to be angry, or you're going to be hurt, or you're going to be however you're feeling. But I want you to understand that if you're going to get that across to him in a way that he can hear, it cannot be through all of this screaming, yelling, name calling, cursing, slapping, hitting, destroying things. No, he's not going to hear that. He's not going to respond well to that. Save that for your girlfriends. Save that for your mom. Save that for other women. Other women love that. They love that. Save it for them. When you're retelling this story, save it for them. But for him, it's not going to be effective. And remember, the reason I'm sharing these tools with you is because I want you to get what you want. I want you to get what you need. That's why I'm doing this. I want you to get your needs met. And so, yes, I want you to have resolution to some of these issues and problems that come up. I want you to be able to speak on how it makes you feel. And what do you think about that? And him actually respond, or him say, I need more time to process. Please let me know. You can even write it to me, text it to me. You can come to me and tell me, call me on the phone. There's thousands of ways to communicate. FaceTime me, but please get back to me and let me know. It's really important that I know, how you think and feel about this. But this is a skill that takes practice. This is a skill that takes practice. This is a skill that says, I will not be triggered by this person and every little thing they do and say. This takes great emotional maturity. I had to grow up. And I did this growing up in my relationships. I did it at work. There were times where I would go off like this at work. What do you think happened? Let's take a wild guess what the consequences were when I went off on a coworker or a supervisor. What happened? Those weren't good consequences. But see, all of that experience helped me to grow up, to say, you know what? This isn't acceptable. This isn't acceptable in the relationship, at work, with my family or my friends or anywhere else. This isn't acceptable. I have to learn how to manage my emotions, and I have to express my emotions and my feelings in a way that people can hear, in a way that people can understand. And, let's go here, that they can actually empathize. Like when you express yourself in a healthy, mature way, people can actually empathize with you now. They actually feel bad. They feel sorry. That's a great response, as opposed to you're hurt or angry or frustrated, and they respond with more hurt or anger or frustration. That doesn't feel good. It's like adding fuel to the fire. But how would it feel if you expressed how you felt and the person said, well, I see how you would feel that way, or yeah, I know that I said that and I shouldn't have said that. I misspoke. I shouldn't have said that. That just popped out of me. That was wrong of me to say. Man, that feels so much better when you can get that type of response. It feels so much better. Trust me. These are the responses you want to get from your guy. You want him to be able to reflect on what happened. Him to be able to see his part in it without you having to come in hot, tell him about himself, tell him what he's doing wrong, what he's not doing right. Oh yeah, that's going to go over real good. That's going to make him want to, yep, you're right. I'm totally wrong. And that just makes me want to know that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. He's going to be even more angry. He's going to be even more frustrated because now you've made him feel wrong, which is a man's number one, gosh, don't make me feel wrong. Don't make me feel bad or wrong all the time. So we want to avoid that, but we do want to own how we feel about what happened. And that's even if your man is wrong. Even if he did do something wrong. Even if he did offend in some way. Okay? We want to tell him how we feel about it. And we want to do it in a way that's calm and assertive. That's it. That is the tool this week. I wanted to keep it short because it really is simple. You're going to have to practice this over and over. One of the things that I did that helped me so much with this tool, this skill, is I would bring the rah-rah to my trusted confidant or friend, I would like get all worked up and just go off with them. Then I would talk to my guy and I could be calm and assertive. I could say, that didn't feel good. It didn't feel good when. What do you think about that? Or I'm feeling just a disconnect. I'm feeling like something's different. Am I right? See, I was able to bring it down once I had kind of brung the drama with somebody else, preferably another female who can appreciate that. Then I could come in calm with my guy. We all need a confidant. We need a friend, a true friend, someone who we can truly be our authentic self with, who we can trust. So this person isn't going around telling everybody what we're saying, and who's going to be non-judgmental, right? So we can go off and use the language we need to use. They understand. But then we can present with our guy. We're calmer. We're more sure of ourselves. We're more confident. We're more, we're able to bring the emotions and the feelings without all that extra stuff. Because that's what they just can't. Like all that extra stuff is so loud, they can't even hear or feel the feelings. So men are not afraid of feelings. They're not afraid of your emotions. They want them. They honor them. That's what they love. That's why they love women, because we bring feelings, we bring emotions, and they love that. They want to connect with that. They can't do that really anywhere else other than with women. So bring those feelings, bring those emotions, and save that drama. Keep that somewhere else. But do it in a way that's calm and assertive and lets a man know, this is hurtful. This doesn't feel good. That's what he can really hear. So thank you so much for listening this week. If you are watching this episode on YouTube, do me the biggest favor and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon to be notified when these videos drop. If you are listening to the podcast, everywhere that podcasts are, please consider leaving a 5-star review and let me know what you really love about the podcast. Feel free to send your questions to info@betterlovemovement.com. I love creating podcast episodes around questions or things that people send me. I would be happy to do that. But thank you so much for listening. And as always, stay open to love. Thank you for listening to today's podcast episode. If you are enjoying this podcast, please leave me a 5-star rating and review. Your ratings and reviews help me to continue to bring you more great content. Head on over to YouTube and check out the Better Love Movement channel. There's more video content there, and you can subscribe to be notified when a new video is posted. If you have a question that you would like to have answered on the podcast or in a YouTube video, please send it to me at info@betterlovemovement.com. You can also connect with me directly on the Magnify app to have your dating and relationship questions answered. That's MAGNIFI, and it's available on iOS and Android. You get your first 5 minutes for free. So give me a call and let's chat.